Congratulations! We did a great job filming last week. Here are some notes to make it even better next time. There are two things I'd like to discuss in preparation for the rest of the semester. Number one, looking through the camera rather than at it. And number two, not adding lines once we've stopped rehearsing and started actually filming the real thing. When you're acting on camera, obviously you want to face the camera so it can see you, but you want to try to look through it rather than at it. Imagine that the person you're talking to is on the other side of the camera and you're looking through the camera at that person rather than at the camera. What you want to avoid is looking at the camera out of the corner of your eye. See what I mean by looking at the next clips.
Okay. Wrong place, right?
Yeah. Awesome!
No! James! James, wait! I don't know, whatever.
Now the next clips feature the same actors but looking through the camera this time instead of directly at it. 3, go.
I'm gonna crush your bones, Christine.
The door opened magically.
I love you too, James. Oh no, you're not, Joe.
Did you see how in these last clips it was the same actors, but this time they were looking through the camera at another actor rather than at this black mechanical object, the camera, that we don't want the audience to even remember exists. We want them to be sucked into the film and forget that there's any camera involved at all. There are some times when it's okay to look at the camera, and here's an example of that.
When becoming, I can't believe this lady. You gotta hear her. She's talking about her flying mustache. She's really weird.
Yeah, weirdness.
Did I just grow antlers? I did. They look kind of good on me.
Yeah, I guess I got it. There we go.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking with my new antlers. Anyway, so in that last clip, it was okay for Charlie to show that he was looking at the camera because it was kind of as though the person he was talking to on the banana phone, which is ridiculous to begin with, right? It was almost as though that person was us on the other side of the camera. So that made sense. In the clips before it, all of the people who were being filmed were talking to somebody else, and then they would kind of glance at the camera, and that's why we can't do it. Because if you're talking to somebody else, and we know the person is right here, then you kind of glance over to the side. That's what reminds the audience that there's a camera there. So the next thing we want to work on is making sure that we don't add anything once we've rehearsed what we're about to film. So that means that we'll rehearse it, you'll tell me which lines you're going to say. Then when I'm shooting the film, I expect to hear only those lines. If you tell me something else, I may not be pointing the camera at you while you talk. In the next clip, you'll see that I was filming Leah running, and then Gracie decided to say something, and it was great what she was saying. But since I didn't know about it, I was just filming Leah, and I got Gracie's butt. Nobody wants to see a butt.
Are you okay, Layla?
Again, everybody does this. I'm just going to show a couple of examples from our filming from last week. In the next example, I thought I was filming Bianca saying something, but then Lily decided to say something behind her that hadn't been rehearsed. So we're looking at Bianca's face and hearing two voices talking at the same time.
Ew, weird statue, dude.
Ew, creepy.
So let's review the two things we want to take away from last week's filming. Number one, we should look through the camera, not at it. And number two, not add lines once we've started filming.